Hey folks, it's Bill from Little White Dory, and been busy around here. Starting the back. The girls are catching some last minute sunshine in the back. They're loving it today on the compost. I just came out now and they want treats from me, so they'll give up the compost pile. But they've been digging in there like crazy, churning it. I'm going to go in there and dig down deep, pulling it toward the back of the little tykes tomorrow. And then I have two big barrels of straw and shavings and crap and lawn clippings and stuff that I'm going to dump in, and then throw this stuff back on top and we'll start fermenting this stuff on the bottom. So we moved some things out of the greenhouse. These are my, let's see, turnips. Not many. There's a couple of turnips here, and these should be beets. Those are in those little jiffy things like you have used, Miss Lally. I think it was you I saw using them, so I'm curious to see how they work out. I also have in those same jiffy things, although I have, and I don't know which one is which. This might be old stock and this was new, or vice versa. But this is, let's see, arugula, more arugula, and radishes. And I'm not planting any oregano this year because the oregano is coming back as predicted. And I'm going to start getting that into the chickens as soon as I can. As soon as that thing's filled, I'm going to put it in back by the run. Psyched about that. Quickly, I did have this cage around the budding lilac, which is kind of cool that it's budding. I hope that's focusing. It should be. And I had the girls in here for the past couple of days, just for a couple of hours, and they went nuts digging through here. They loved it. I had to stop them at times because they were just getting that out of control. So that I have no use for right now. I might just put it over by the girls as another thing for them to kind of hang out under. This has got to get raked out so I can plant in there eventually. This gate and this gate eventually will cross or close off over here, but not until next fall. So these two gates I have to repurpose. This flower pot we got to figure out what we're doing with. The blossoms are still blossoming. It's just a lot of blossoms. It's beautiful. It smells so incredible. And I was hoping to get into it today, but I didn't get these planted into these beds, but that will happen hopefully tomorrow. That'll be part of the exchange of topsoil mulch over there. Compost, really. As my chickens are making my compost as we speak. Haley's gone on vacation now. She's gone, today makes 6 days without an egg. She's the one who carried me through the whole winter when all the other girls weren't laying eggs. Every day she gave me an egg. And now, beginning of May, all of a sudden she's decided to get sporadic, and now she's gone the longest she's gone in a long time, which is, it's like 5 days or 6 days, possibly a week. She lays a very large egg. It's got a large white, egg white, and the shell always has wrinkles. It's not a perfect egg, so her egg making facility is not perfect. Perhaps she's not perfect either, but she's definitely reliable, or has been up until now. Again, the footings. The blueberries have got some life to them. I think they're going to survive. And this ring I had became the new perimeter. These stakes will stay there until everything settles, and I'll take them out. It'll just be that plastic ring. And then I'll backfill up against it with some mulch or wood chips. That's the question now, is I got to go find wood chips. So in here, you can see I've raked out the border. Kind of pulled it back to where it's supposed to be, and I've got a lot of dandelions and just grass that's growing. This is one of the barrels filled with straw, wood chips, and stuff from in there. I don't know what this is called, but it's coming back. I think there's going to be a tomato plant back here, or here probably. Yeah, probably right there. Probably another one over here. definitely one over there. I'm going to start sporadically putting tomato plant transplants to see what I get. Also, I'm still battling the plastic sheet. Had I realized I was going to put as much mulch down as I did, I would not have bothered with that fabric. It's actually just plastic. It's not my favorite, but I'm pulling it out as I see it. What else have we got going on around here? Alright, we got the transplants in. So this is now going to be sort of a, I think, like a transplant one. Some things will stay, but some things are just here to grow for a while. So I think in here I've got beets, radishes, kohlrabi, I don't remember, some kind of not a cabbage, I don't remember. There may be beets, could be asparagus beans, I don't know. There's definitely some beans and stuff here. I have it written down. These are tomatoes. These are Marglobe. Then I have, I think, the Cherokee Purple. Abe Lincoln, I think, is these 6. So it's 6, 5, 4, and 6 on the tomato plants. And I expect those things to just grow here for a while. Then I'll transplant them one more time. But I'll be taking a big chunk of all this earth around them, as like if they were going to come out of a big flower pot, and take that whole chunk of everything and stick it in a clearing or in a hole back here and let it get going. See, we've changed in the coop. The summer waterer is out. I like this one. It holds a lot of water and the girls seem to like it. Hello, Haley. Hello, Zippy. Sydney's taking advantage of time when the girls were busy with other things to catch up on some snacks and goodies. And she's probably heading to bed. She's no dope. She fills the belly and then she heads off to bed. And now you'll see Haley will come over and bully her. See? And that's how it goes. You'd think, right? They'd learn? I don't know. Got to raise up that waterer. I'll get in there before bedtime drinks, and they definitely want me to give them some scratch, so I guess it's in order. They do love the scratch, except that it does bring out the competitiveness in them. Right, ladies? Sydney, you ready? And there they are, off to the races. And when they get in close like that, if they run out quick, Sydney usually takes it in the head. I gotta get these chains out of here. I'm in the process of picking up, cleaning up, moving around, trying to get a concept of what I want settled where. So just to finish off here, the winter waterer will be in here. That's one source. This, I don't know where if this is staying here or not. I gotta raise it up a little bit. It's a little too low for them. They'll finish the flock block. I don't know that I'll get them another one until the fall. The other waterer is working well. I don't know if they like it, but I like it. Hopefully they'll learn to use it, because that's a really efficient watering system. Underneath the, sorry, the sun's kind of coming in. Underneath the coop, I push all the straw over to, oops, didn't want that. Push all the straw over to the right-hand side, clearing that one sort of like bay under the coop. And there's a lot of dry sand in there that I put a lot of diatomaceous earth in. And today I saw them doing their dust bathing in there, bathing in there. So I was really happy about that, because there's no great place for them to do the dust bath. So Sydney's happy when she's got a screen between her and everybody else. That's it, girls. Until later when I put you away. So, you might notice that there's this spot in the middle of the, I call it the yard, where the greenhouse had been parked. I did some work on it. It is now no longer a greenhouse. So you see where the track was. It didn't dawn on me to just move it over an inch or two a day while I was greenhousing it. I could have done that easily enough. I just didn't think about it. But as you can see, the lawn is kind of, it's not lawn, it's just grass. It's all sorts of greens. And I debated whether I should try to put some sort of a natural weed preventer or just not. And I decided to just not. I'll cut it as it is. It's green enough. I'm not playing golf out here. As long as it's trim and the girls can eat it, I'll be happy. Typically my grass does grow well in here, but for some reason it gets a slow start. This garden has been cleared out completely now, and we're debating. We should have split the hostas, or maybe we still can. These two grasses haven't found a new home yet, so they're still there. The arbor is going to stay there. I'm going to fence around it and make that into a path into the garden. Ah, geez, there's this messy shed with the World Cup 1994 Budweiser advertising, along with Visa and MasterCard accepted here. We had a feeder for the bird feeder out. I'm trying to really basically just run out of the feed because I don't want to draw more birds here than necessary anymore. Because that's possibly one avenue for the leg mites, scaly leg mites to get in. This is a garden. It's known as the Memorial, and it's somebody's going fast on that motorcycle. It was built because of an old pet that I had that was buried back here named Mo. So this was the Memorial. She was kind of buried there, so that became the mausoleum. Anyway, got the underneath the grapes cleared out nicely. I planted some mint in there because I'm okay with things growing in there that I don't care too much about, and a little bit of rosemary over here. I bought that at the supermarket. It was really cheap, so I decided, what the heck, I'll give it a try. I'll probably plant other things around it. I get these daffodils, and they're really kind of cool. But they don't always make it. Sometimes the lilac blooms first, and it doesn't then get enough sun. But they're really pretty. Not much done in here, and the reason I'm heading this way, the hosta, rose with some life to it, rose with some life to it, some tulips, and another rose bush that's got really looking good. But is to show the conversion to the chicken brooder greenhouse, a chicken brooder, mobile chicken coop. So you can see I rolled up the side, exposing the side. Now ideally the other side should be rolled up because this side is going to get more sun. But I'm thinking of starting them here, which is right by the back of the yard. There's this section is just sort of, you can see it, the excess is right here rolled up. I'll do the same on the other side. This can come down. I can take this piece of plastic out, which wasn't too difficult, and then I can roll this down and have the whole back open, or I can roll it back up and I could use strapping or something to put it under here if I knew I was going to have a lot of rain or something like that. But otherwise, this tarp is a little on the small side. I have to get a new one. This is it was for something else that it wound up being used on this, but I'm going to go back to the website from John Siskovich's Best Tarps episode and see if I can get them in the right size. Oh, I added these wheels. Thought they were kind of cute. I just used a long eye bolt, rolled it through, used a couple of stopper nuts, and maybe you can see it on the other side. No, not really. Yeah, you can't see it. I'm not going to waste your time on that. Anyway, that's how that works. I got my tow rope. I have new knob on the door. I know others I'm watching on YouTube are saying the same thing. They got to put a handle on it. So this is a good little system. I got to get this on a lanyard so it doesn't disappear. I'll lose it. And on the inside, I have my rack shelf with two brackets holding it. That'll stay in there. If I have baby chicks, they won't care. It won't matter. If my girls are in there, they might jump up there. They can if they want. Feeder on the back on a hook. I have this waterer. This is the system that Al Lumley used from Coops and More. It took me a long time to find that little piece of surgical tubing, and I had that in my junk drawer, so to speak. And I'm still looking to see where can I get that. I used to call it surgical tubing and use it on a slingshot. With my bucket, my fitting, my tube, my little dispenser. It's not running out over, so that's a good thing. Even if it did, it would take quite a while. I just have that in there left over from the greenhouse. I've got my little temperature sensor that records the temperatures in here as a data recorder. So it's something, a gadget I picked up. It'll tell me that it's now, I don't know if you can see it, 59 degrees. Max high was 107. Low was 32.5 rather. There's, I don't know what that is. I can't really read it because it's got a funny effect. Oh, there we go. 1850, 989. Oh, these are high and low alarms. And that's the number of readings, I think, available or to go. And it's on a loop. Or a log, rather. And 1910, that might be the time. 5/1, 2018. Go back to the 60 degrees. And 57, the bottom is humidity. Now I can see it. So it's right now 60.2 degrees as I'm holding it, and 58.1% humidity. And what this does is it'll record the temperatures in here. I'm just going to move this so that it's clearly under the cover of the tarp so that it doesn't get rained on. I don't think it's going to rain. But I'm going to use that to track temperatures. It was really relatively inexpensive, and of course, just a gadget. So that's the setup here. You can see the side panels here rolled. I rolled them in. They can be rolled back out. This can be rolled back out. And the whole cover comes off that went up, over, and across, the plastic. That rolls up onto two battens, and I store that away. So I can always bring that out if I know we're going to have, again, a long period of rain and I just want to give them some extra coverage. You can roll the sides down relatively easy. That's just bungee cords. I think what I'll do is try to get a tarp that'll come down to that point and enable me to have some sort of a hook underneath there so that I can have a little lanyard come up and hold it. So that the tarp would start here ideally, go up, over, and come all the way down on one side. In this case right now it would be up here, come all the way around to this side, because this side will be shade, it'll provide shade. The back side will be to the north and it won't be a problem. It'll give them air, and I can always lower the side. So this is the side is still on. Okay, I didn't roll this one up. I didn't slice this here yet. So it's work in progress, but you know, just different ideas. And you can see the tarp is, so this is 6 feet and this is 8 feet. That's 8 feet wrapping around, and I think 10 feet would do fine. So hopefully I can find something that's 8 foot by 10 foot or in that vicinity. Alright folks, what else is going on around here? The missus brought me home a project. This piece of fence she wants between these two posts. I guess that's my fault. I put the two posts in. I guess I thought I was going to put a fence up, but I stopped when I got to the post. Some roses are coming in. She's now telling me what she wants to do here is dig this out, line it with landscape fabric, and then we'll fill it with 3/4 bluestone gravel. Leave the bird bath here. The fence is going to go here, sitting on top of that piece of wood, so that we have a barrier between the roses and whatever is in here, which will be gray gravel, and then large flower pots. In this corner there's a sprinkler, and I will remove the sprinkler head, raise it up, and put a drip system into it and feed a bunch of different things. One of which will probably also be the little bird, the fountain, my little barrel fountain that's over here somewhere. Oops, there it is. Alright folks, got to put a few more things away before I go to bed. It's like probably 7 o'clock-ish. It's been a beautiful day. I hope your day is as nice as mine. Beautiful, beautiful temperatures, beautiful humidity. Animals are singing. Skies are blue. Sun's going down. Moon's not up yet. Yesterday, Nancy went out and shut the blinds because she said the moon was too bright. It was keeping her awake. This is coming from a girl from the Bronx. You'd think that she'd been used to streetlights. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful sky. And I'm coming up on almost 20 minutes, which I'm going to call as being way too long for this kind of update. So long, folks.